So Bobby, Hyde Park, school, fond memories of
Oh
this?
yeah, yeah.
Is it strange to see it now?
No, it's lovely.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy school?
I enjoyed primary school. Hyde Park was just there, so we would go, we'd play football up there, and when it was snowing, people would get trays, bring trays, their ma's tray to put the tea on, and you know, and use it as a sledge. It was lots of fun. Yeah, lovely period of my life.
One of the many periods and moments of Bobby Gillespie's life covered in his new autobiography, Tenement Kid, which begins, appropriately, in the tenement and surroundings he grew up in Springburn, Glasgow.
This is Springburn Library, where I used to come.
Yeah.
And sit in there and read books. The adults that were sat in by the tables reading looked quite studious as well, and which is quite amazing, a working class area, you know, that this existed. We used to climb over the fence there by the stairs, and we would play chicken, but it would be goods trains, it wouldn't be express trains. It was still chicken, you know, everybody would stand on the track and the last guy to jump off was the winner, and I would...
And you were the winner most of the time,
I was the
you
winner,
said.
It was a very alive area, and then when the council or the government began their slum clearance programme, street by street was emptied of human beings, you know, your neighbours, your friends, kids in the street. It was like an evacuation,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I feel. I feel like we were evacuated, you know. And
did you miss Springburn when you
yeah,
left?
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you obviously had an emotional tie to it because it's where I grew up, and it was a huge part of my identity. Like, I was from Springburn.
While the area was Bobby's urban playground, behind closed doors his parents filled the family flat with music and literature. His father, former trade union campaigner Bob Gillespie, keen for his sons to read the classics.
He managed to buy some books, you know. In my book, I say that he, forget the term I used, but my mother was upset with it. She said, "That looks like your dad stole them." Right? I think I said he sourced them from Blackie's or sourced them from Collins. And I said, "Well, it's just a word I used." I mean, she goes, "Your dad bought them," and I was like, "Well, I'm sure he did." But Charles Dickens and Robert Louis Stevenson and Daniel Defoe, I guess he bought them so that we would have something to read. He was trying to give us an education that he didn't have himself. You know,
and music.
I do remember hearing the Ray Charles, Hank Williams. My mother also, she liked Doris Day as well, and Connie Francis. I mean, my dad ran a folk club called the Midden. I think the story is that Billy Connolly never played at the folk club, but he would come to the folk club.
A lot of your friends' parents had either the Pope or the Queen hanging up, but your parents, they had very different pictures.
My dad had the famous student bedside poster of Che Guevara up on the wall, black and white, the Albert Korda photograph, where Che looks like Christ-like, you know. It's like, he looks so handsome and beautiful, and then he had a wee picture of the black American athletes doing the Black Panther salute with black gloves on at the Mexico Olympics, and so it must have been about 1968, 69.
An inspired start to Bobby's life. His debut performance came when he was just 5 years old in his local church. It wasn't till he later attended Glasgow's College of Building and Printing that his love of punk and rock and roll was formed.
The first gig I went to was Thin Lizzy live at the Glasgow Apollo, and I ran about this time, October 1976. It was like, I just wanted more. I wanted more. to go and see more bands, but you know, that would give me that excitement and that thrill. You know, it was because up until that gig, I'd been going to football matches, and I mean, I love football. I love going to matches, home internationals. I support Scotland, I support Celtic, you know, and obviously very exciting, you know, going to the game and everything. And but going to a rock gig was this other experience on a different plane entirely, and just so glamorous and so exciting. I never thought, oh, I could be that or I could do that. I didn't really think that until I'd say about 1981, you know. Even later, even when we started Primal Scream, which was 1984, and even then it was quite a big leap for me to be put myself as a songwriter and frontman. You know, I think October of 1984, the Primal Scream and the Mary Chain played together at the venue in Glasgow, and so I played guitar and sang for the Primal Scream. Played about 6 or 7, maybe 7 songs or something. And then 10 minutes later I was on the drums for the Jesus and Mary Chain. So my debut gig for both bands was on that night.
Wow. Did you love it?
I loved it. It was great. It was, and then, yeah, it was amazing. It was great.
When do you think was the defining moment from Primal Scream?
The obvious big moment was when Loaded was a hit, which was, 1990, I think, March 1990, and or whenever, and then Come Together. So we had 2 hit singles that year, and that changed everything, you know. And meeting Andy Weatherall, you know, and starting to work with Weatherall and forming this relationship with him was very deep. That's when it exploded, you know, and so, you know, and we had a 30-year career or whatever. However you want to describe it.
And Primal Scream, you're still playing. You've just played Transmit the other month. What was that like?
Oh, that was amazing.
Was that brilliant?
Amazing. Such an amazing audience. I nearly swore there. But such an amazing Glasgow audience, you know. Very young, and they knew the words of the songs, you know.
You leave us on the cliffhanger of Screamadelica.
Aye.
There has to be another book to come.
The publishers want one, and I've got a taste for it now, you know. I really enjoyed writing Tenement Kid, so... Hi, how's it going? You alright? Good to see you.
Do you remember me?
No.
Popeye.
Alright, how's it going?
No bad.
Aye, good.
I'll read your book when it comes
Alright,
out,
please do. Alright, see you later.
All the best.
Mental. That's alright.
The good news for Popeye is Bobby's book is out now.